like weird sounds that I
Yeah.
didn't know people could make, and I kind of understood what he meant. And
Yeah. But man, if you took the headache away,
he did.
oh
He
boy.
just like wrote onto my forehead, and I didn't even know what he was doing until I came out of it. It was like, oh,
Oh. Do your headaches normally last for that long, Dina? I mean,
you know, it depends on the weather, and it depends on this is just, you know, hard week.
yeah, I know, you had a real hard week.
But don't
You
you,
lost it.
yeah, don't your headaches stem back from that past life when you were that 6-year-old? Didn't you
Well,
decide?
I thought, and we were talking about this, that whole thing, I don't think that was my life. I think that was someone else's life that she was like with me, creating.
She was attached to you?
Mhm.
Was, or is?
Was,
Okay.
sometimes is, but
Oh.
usually was.
Do you want me to take
She
her out?
she wants to come back, but no, I think that's gone.
Yeah. But she lost her doggy too, that
My
was,
Gucci boy.
yeah. Yeah, yesterday was a
Oh, you?
sad day.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard, are we that past life or this life?
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry, we needed a better explanation of that, I suppose.
Yeah, so it's just been.
So what did you get, Ada, as far as the past parallel life?
I got very little. To put it in my language, I got pissed, poor.
Did you sleep on, did you get so comfortable you slept back there?
No, I didn't go to sleep. I stayed wide awake.
Did you really?
You're right. And, but I was, a military kept coming up.
Military?
Yeah,
Yeah.
military. And hazy-fazy in the 20s, I think, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
When you come to the questions, I asked, was it younger or what?
Yeah.
And it was young. But that's about all I got. I
Okay.
didn't got- Now, I've got that at home, I'll start using it, I haven't used it yet.
Oh, okay.
I have that at home.
You did, I know you went out of my office with that.
Jason just mailed me about $300 worth not long ago, that's when you had a long discount for the year.
Oh.
And there's about 10 a piece, and I think I got
Well,
$300.
we got a sale coming up for the holidays, so.
Well, I've got so much stuff I haven't used yet. I got such a stack on the table.
Well, you need more, obviously you need more.
I met somebody who has your CDs and just thinks you're wonderful, but has never, doesn't know anything more about that, but he's connected to you. I mean, he said, this did something. I said, oh, yeah, he's coming here. And then he said, what, like you're, he just, you're.
But he's got all my CDs, he's
His
got
idol, a lot of
a
them.
ton of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're his idol.
I don't think I'm anybody's idol, but
Maybe
that's.
he's a parallel.
Yeah.
He thinks, yeah.
I was told I had this woman was at the Sedona seminar 2 weeks ago, and she said, you have you are identical to someone else running around in this area. You look exactly alike. And I said, no. She says, yes, it's my ex-husband. And you look identical to him. I said, you just love me then, don't you?
Wow.
Oh. But interesting. All right, bodhisattvas. Are we finished on this parallel thing for right now?
It's done.
Well, they didn't ask me.
Well, I didn't ask you. I'm so sorry. Oh, forgive me, Isabel. Come on. What'd you get?
Well, actually, you guided us into 2 past lives, not just one. Or
Not past-
2 lives, not just one.
Parallels.
No, the first one was not a parallel.
Well, you were supposed to get a parallel.
No, the second time. We did 2 regressions, or two
One was
meditations.
like a preparation.
What was just a
Make
preparation?
All that was a little exercise.
Yeah, but I felt like I traveled to a past life.
It was.
Yeah, well, sure, but you were to make up a past life, and that's a good way to do this. If you've got a client you're a little skitsy about, have them say, all right, I'm going to have you make up a past life. And absolutely, they'll get it when you go to do the past life then. Because they've been able to make it up so successfully, so they're very familiar with the process. And it's just like step 2.
So, but did we all travel to a past life? We did.
Probably,
Yeah, all right, because I felt like it, yeah.
You
yeah.
didn't write it down?
I did. the first
Yeah,
time,
it probably to me was real, but you were told to just make it up.
Yeah, that was just a prep to get you here, you know, for people who listen to the CD, to get them prepped.
Oh, no, I took it seriously. I really went into an important past life.
Okay. And then a parallel. I want to know about the
Well,
parallel
the
right
problem
now.
wasn't important, but anyway.
But you did tap a parallel.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me about him or her.
Well, she's some woman in Ohio, and she has a big house and a car.
What's her name again?
I don't know, I didn't
Maybe it's Dina.
Yeah, Dina.
know. No, she's a gym teacher.
What's
Oh.
her name, Connie?
No, Dina, funny. I know lots of people in Ohio too, so.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, she's 30 years old, so she was born after me. And what she's teaching me is not to need love, because she didn't make the mistake I made when I got dumped again and again and again and again. Ever since I was a kid, I became a basket case, and I couldn't do anything. I wanted to die. My life was horrible. I couldn't study. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. She, on the other hand, took it okay. She just went on with her life. So
And
she
she has
was
taught
fine.
you not to love.
Yes,
I don't think that was a good lesson to
Yes,
teach you.
because we don't need love to live. It's a weakness.
I would never see love as a
When it's
weakness.
negative.
Yes, you could live, you can survive without
When it's
the
negative.
love, sure.
When the person you love doesn't want to have anything to do with you, it's negative. So you have to learn not to need
So
it.
you have to find someone that does love you,
Or be well by yourself.
or do well by yourself, maybe, but it's like you aren't learning all the wonderful things that you could learn. Sure, granted, some of them are gonna be rough.
But you can't.
But that's the fastest way to move forward on the earth plane, is to have somebody that, you know. The minute you have somebody you love and sex is involved, oh my God, now you've stirred the pot.
But that's not for everybody. Some
Well,
people are not meant to experience that.
yeah, I agree with you. That the people can come in with their astrology set so that they don't really have them. But I still feel, I want to believe that anybody that wants to have love can override even an astrological configuration.
It's not an astrological configuration.
Well, I know, I've got one
Much
son
more
though.
than that.
I've got one son and it's in his chart that he just won't ever find a relationship. And he hasn't. He's in his early 40s, and he has never had a good relationship because he's hung up on somebody that doesn't love him.
Oh.
And so he can't make room to love. But I'd like to think, but you know, Tara spotted it 25 years ago, said, wow, you know, it's in his chart that he's going to be alone.
You're talking about your son.
Uh-huh, yeah.
But he does have relationships.
Well, no, he has friends. He
But
has.
you said he has
the-
sex.
No, I don't know if he has sex or not. I don't ask those questions.
Into that, there's too much information.
No, yeah. But I know that he has the girl he's really in love with, since she's not interested in him, they have a great friendship.
But you said he has minor relationships.
Well, friendships that are not that are not sexual, they're not a bonding.
Oh, that's what you meant? I thought you meant he has relationships that eventually don't work.
No.
Oh.
He's just never really had a serious relationship.
Well,
Okay, well, he's had sex.
oh. Because not a serious relationship is not the same thing as not a relationship at all.
Boy, are we ever having semantic problems?
Okay, next, what is this Sanskrit? How do you spell that next thing we're doing?
Sanskrit?
Mhm.
S-A-N-S-K.
No, not Sanskrit, that little word.
Bodhisattva.
Oh,
Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva.
Yes.
B-O-D-H-I-S-A-T-I-V-A. Bodhisattva. Yeah. B-O-D, yeah, I can't imagine. You wouldn't have Sanskrit, but, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's do a session, okay? Only this time, it's gonna be a short induction. I can't take another one of those long inductions.
You really worked hard on it. See?
Whoa,
You do a great job.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I have to say, when I was back in my Reiki room doing hypnosis,
Yes.
at some point after I was doing a few of them, I could hear your voice
Oh, I
coming
know
through
his
me.
voice.
Oh,
My voice was, your voice.
I'm sorry.
I hear your
No,
voice
it was
all the
great.
time.
I read in his voice now.
Yeah.
If it's his book.
Yep, exactly.
That's a compliment.
It is.
Well, that's not, yeah, it's a compliment.
Yeah. We listen, it goes in.
You have good students.
Oh my. Well, let's just do a session. You're going to go down very quickly.
Can you put in there
I'm
the
gonna go
suggestions
back.
and stay awake during the process?
Okay. You're going into trance, but you're staying awake on every level of your body and mind.
Would you mind that?
I will gladly.
Why don't you just, figure,
I haven't given you that suggestion yet, but I'll give it to you all again.
and then that way we'll just take.
Yeah, from here on, I can just go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to do that one that Susan did.
Oh.
You're famous for that.
Yeah. Who else was good at that?
Joey.
Joey. That's right. Yeah, you and Joey. And Dina was a little bit close, but nah, it didn't quite work.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, where's Joey, where's Joey?
I don't know.
Who's our cute little child?
Where is he?
They said they would come.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But they were over. Joey's in Florida, I think, and his dad's in Europe, so.
School started.
School, yeah. All right, close your eyes. Close your eyes and begin to breathe deeply. And relax completely now. Breathing deeply. Relaxing completely. And allowing the quietness of spirit to come in now. So relaxed and so at ease. So relaxed and so at ease. And now, as you slow down your thoughts, imagine someone pouring warm water over your body. And they're going to start at your feet, and then they'll pour this warm water just over your feet, and then up your legs, lower legs, and upper legs. The warm water feels so good. And on up now, over your hand, your body, up to the chin. Warm, warm water. You can feel the water all the way up to your neck. And then gently over your head. And you feel warm all over. You feel your chakra centers are balanced and energized. And you imagine yourself going down, down, deeper and deeper, down, number 7, deeper, 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 down, 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 number 6, deeper, 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 down, 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 number 5, deeper, 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 down, 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 number 4, deeper, 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 down, 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 number 3, deeper, 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 down, 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 number 2, deeper, 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 down, 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 number 1. And you are now relaxed and at ease, so relaxed and so at ease, and you feel in balance and in harmony, and a quietness of spirit permeates your body and mind, and you're ready to move into a new phase of your life, a liberation phase in which you rise above the effects of fear and you attain peace of mind. Now this is something called the Bodhisattva phase. For according to Sanskrit, a Bodhisattva is one who has resolved his or her conflicts in life. They've resolved their karma. And they are using this earthly incarnation to support others in attaining awareness. A Bodhisattva's sword of wisdom is said to cut through illusion and delusion. Now the blocks in fear-based emotions in your life are nothing but delusions. Delusions, they're not real. In fact, your earthly purpose is to cast away your delusions. Prejudice, greed, envy, hate, jealousy, egotism, blame, resentment, possessiveness, and all the other fear-based emotions are delusions. And you have the power and the ability to rise above them. You may never actually get rid of your fears, but you can let go of your attachment to them. And in so doing, stop them from working against you. Stop them from paralyzing you when you need to act. Now there are 4 Bodhisattva traits I'd like you to explore. First is the acceptance of karma as a philosophical basis of reality. Now this isn't a matter of accepting a complicated belief system. It's simply accepting responsibility for creating your life just as it is. So let's relate this to your life. Can you accept that you are karmically responsible for your life, just as it is. Can you accept this? Yes or no? Now, if your answer was no, it's time to go back to square one, because you don't have the basics. But if you do accept karmic responsibility, please understand it means there is no one to blame for anything that has ever happened to you. Everyone in your past was exactly what you needed them to be. Everything happened as was supposed to happen, as an opportunity for you to respond appropriately. Now take a few moments to look at who or what you blamed in the past and relate this to your life. And also, in so doing, explore your level of acceptance. So look back on your past. Who really made life difficult? And you blamed them. The next bodhisattva trait is to accept that what is, is. Can you accept that what is? Now it's your resistance to what is that causes your suffering. And I'd like to relate this to the Christian serenity prayer. It says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now that's it. To accept what is means that you stop resisting things you can't change, like the fact that gravity exists, or income taxes exist, uncaring corporations exist, terrorists exist, and most important, that you stop resisting other people being who and what they are. If you can't change them, why waste energy talking about it? Why be disappointed when they refuse to be manipulated into being what you want them to be? Why? Now let's explore this. Why aren't you accepting that you can't change them? Or maybe, who aren't you accepting that you can't change? Meditate upon this. Meditate upon who and what you're resisting in life. of this resistance that causes your suffering. You can't repress your feelings. That never works. But you can recognize the futility in your need to control. What about learning to recognize your resistance and then simply become an observer of the resistance without responding to it, without trying to manipulate circumstances, without juggling, without labeling? Just observe your resistance. You're reminding yourself now as you do this that it's a waste of time. If what is unalterable, why bother to try to change it? Instead, live and let live. So take a moment and vividly visualize yourself in a situation that usually generates resistance, but this time you don't respond. You make it all right with yourself to just observe. How do you let go of the resistance that causes your suffering? You can't repress your feelings. That never works. But you can recognize the futility in your need to control. Now, how about learning to recognize your resistance? Then, become an observer of your resistance without responding to it, without trying to manipulate the circumstances. Now, the next bodhisattva trait is to develop detached mind. Detached mind is a matter of allowing negativity to flow through you without affecting you. The idea is to live your life enjoying all the warmth, all the joy, the opportunities that earthly incarnation offers. But when outside conditions change, instead of becoming angry or resentful or blaming, you fluctuate only to neutral. You allow the negativity to flow through you. Now again, the way to do this is to accept what is, to detach and observe what is happening around you. Again, it's a matter of looking at events without judging them as good or bad, without labeling, without attachment. Maybe you simply recognize how goofy life can be. Goofy. Life is often goofy. In the great scheme of things, that's what's happening, and it just doesn't matter. In other words, you make it okay with yourself to be absurd, for life to be simply absurd. And life is absurd. That's what it is. Here I am observing the absurdities in my life. My life's absurd, and that's okay. I'll observe it for a little while without responding to it. And now I'd like you to vividly imagine yourself in a situation that would normally cause you to react emotionally. But this time, you just observe. Detached mind. Observe. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at them. It will help you learn to live without expectations. So observe. Let go of this. And let's move on to another bodhisattva trait. Harmonious viewpoint. Now, viewpoint. Reality exists at that which you experience. And the way you experience life is based solely on the way you choose to view what happens to you. Your viewpoint is the deciding factor in whether you experience life harmoniously or as a hostile separateness. Now you can choose to view any situation as a problem or an opportunity. Now here's another important aspect of viewpoint. Because we can't change, we cannot change other people or force society to be the way we want it to be. We can rarely solve our problems except through viewpoint, through our perspective of the problem. But, and now get this, by changing your viewpoint, you can eliminate the effects of a problem. And so, you're no longer affected. And if you're no longer affected by a problem, you don't have a problem. Although nothing about the problem situation may have changed, except your viewpoint. So let's explore this in relationship to your own life. Think about a problem situation in your life that might be resolved through a change in viewpoint. And then vividly imagine that happening. You've explored 4 traits of the Bodhisattva. Number 1, accepting karma as your basis of reality. Number 2, accepting that what is. Number 3, developing detached mind. And number 4, choosing to view life harmoniously. Now, incorporate the 4 traits into your life and you'll liberate yourself. Incorporate the 4 traits into your life and you'll rise above suffering. Incorporate these 4 traits into your life and you can attain peace of mind. Now, easier said than done, of course. But the goal is clear. You know what you need to do. Now, are you ready to act? Are you ready to commit? Think about it. And then visualize your life exactly as you would like it to be. All right, now you've just seen your future. You have the power and ability to create your own reality. Now, there are no accidents. Your energy, translated into thoughts and words and emotions, manifests your experiences. Now, maybe you're here on earth to learn that life is what you make it, and it's to be enjoyed. Can you accept that? All right, now, we're going to go on and we're going to explore the concept of detached mind a little more. Now remember, Buddha said, it is your resistance to what is that causes your suffering. The idea of detachment is to enjoy all the warmth and joy and happiness that life has to offer, but to detach from the negativity, allowing it to flow through you without affecting you. To flow through you without affecting you. And in detaching from fear-based emotions, you rise above the fears that are keeping you from becoming all that you're capable of being. So let's play a game called What Would You Do If? What would you do if? I'm going to share some common life situations with you, and I'd like you to mentally respond the way that you normally would. Then, quickly, imagine how you might respond with detached mind and with unconditional love. And remember, it's okay to be assertive and to stand up for your human rights. But it's not all right to be aggressive and step upon someone else's human rights. And it is easy to be assertive and also respond with unconditional love. And now, here's another point. In responding with detachment, you do not want to be wearing a mask Masks are repression. Masks are fear. Also, ask yourself if you would lose self-esteem in responding this way. Never ever do anything that lowers your self-esteem. Okay, now here's the first situation. Now imagine yourself be right there in this situation. You are waiting to be seated in a nice restaurant. Now you have reservations, and while you're standing there waiting for the hostess to get organized, another couple comes in. Now they're dressed quite a bit more formally than you. And the hostess goes ahead and seats them first. Now that's what it is. How do you respond? Okay, now here's the next situation. You're in the waiting room of your dentist's office, and another patient is also waiting for his appointment. Now he sees that you are wearing metaphysical jewelry, and since he's a born-again Christian, he begins to tell you that you were involved with evil things, and that you must convert and become born again immediately. Now he's relentless, he's determined, that's what it is. How do you respond? Okay, here's the next situation. Your boss has decided to sell the company to an Iranian group of businessmen who will be taking control of the operation next Monday. Now that's what it is. Your job. That's what it is. How do you respond? Here's the next situation. Your mate admits that he or she has been having an affair for the last 6 months. Now they're sorry, and it's over. But your mate wants to admit it now, and that's what it is. So how do you respond? Okay, now, you've considered how you would respond to your mate's confession, but they didn't tell you everything. You see, your mate is bisexual, and the affair was with another of their same sex. Now that's what it is. Now, how do you respond? Okay, next situation. You are now at a gathering with a lot of friends, and while waiting for people to come out of the bathroom, you overhear two of your friends talking about you. Now one is saying that they don't believe how boring you've become, and the other says that your hair and clothes are the worst. Now that's what it is. How do you respond? Next situation. You just picked up your car from the garage. The mechanic charged you $98 to fix the water pump. But by the time that you get the car home, the engine is overheating again. You take the car back to the mechanic, but he refuses to do anything about it. He claims the car was fixed when you left his garage. Now that's what it is. How do you respond? All right, we've got a couple more left. Next situation. You receive a letter in the mail from your son or daughter, or if you have no children, from your best friend. And the letter says that they have joined a cult. Now, it's the Moonies or the Hare Krishnas, and they can never see you again, and that's what it is. How do you respond? Okay, next. Your mate has started to buy and wear very strange, very bizarre clothing. And on top of that, they've had their nose pierced. And they love it. And that's what it is. How do you respond? How do you respond? I could come up with situations like this all day, but for just a moment, I'd like you to make up your own situation. What would really, really upset you? Response or in regard to all these situations, what is. The distress that you experience in response to the situations is a result of wanting things to be different than they are. In short, it is your resistance to what is that causes your suffering. Now you can spend the rest of your life attempting to change what is, but there isn't much you're going to do about it. Instead, concentrate your efforts upon what you can change. Please understand that I am not advocating that you accept anything you have the potential to change. But one of the things you can change, and it is very rare, is that of other people. You can't change other people. The idea is to start recognizing what you can't change, unalterable realities, and to develop deep detached mind. Detached mind is a logical matter of refusing to make something worse than it already is. Your resistance causes you to consciously suffer, and it generates very negative subconscious programming. Programming that will have to be balanced in the future. When you realize that by resisting what is, you are making the situation worse, you back off out of wisdom, not repression. The idea is to be totally involved in life, enjoying everything there is to enjoy, while detaching from negativity. When you cease to be concerned with negativity, you are more likely to live life with nothing held back, free to be entirely at one with circumstances. So now I'm going to wake you up on the count of 5. You'll open your eyes, be wide awake, fully alert, thinking and acting with calm self-assurance. So number 1, you're coming on up now. Coming on up, and you sense an expanding spiritual light within. Number 2, coming on up, at peace with all life. Number 3, coming on up, tapping into an internal balance, internal harmony. Number 4, recall the situation in the room. And number 5, wide awake, wide awake. Open your eyes and feel good.
Dina started laughing so bad, I didn't, if you wondered where the words went, I simply, I lost them when I saw her laughing. Vinny would not be one to get a nose ring.
No. 32 years of the cop, no.
No. What did you feel? Resistance to what is?
Would you resist there? Of all those things, which ones did you find yourself resisting?
Nothing. None.
I'm not surprised. No,
The worst was that I would close my eyes not to see the ring, the piercing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's resistance.
No, you don't like it, so you close your eye, but you're not bitching at him to change it.
No.
Yeah. What'd you resist?
Resistance. What is, you can't change is.
That's it. That's what I just said.
Exactly what I kept saying over and over and over. What is, and you can't change is.
Yeah, that's right.
So forget.
Yeah. Yeah. But people do. Oh, and your clients gonna come and want it. They're gonna bitch and moan and groan. And that's what it is too. And so your job is to try to get them from there to here.
But when you claim your rights, that's not resistance, right?
When you claim what rights?
Your rights. Well, for instance, when she stole my turn, I went to her and told her, I was before you. Is that resistance?
I don't know. You can back off
At
and
the
tell.
restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You were there first. I would speak up because I would lose self-esteem in not speaking up.
Oh, okay, so that's.
So I would speak up too.
Well,
I would say, excuse me,
Yeah.
I was here before them and you seated them first. Now, please seat us. You know, I couldn't not.
But where does that balance with just compassion and for other people? I mean, so what, somebody else got seated in the scope of the world?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah, but it is, we're assuming there that they got seated because they were very formally dressed. And so they're somehow better. And I think if that bothers you, you should be able to speak up. You don't repress, you don't hold back and repress what you really feel because you pay a toll for doing that. So.
And it's it's not resistance when you tell somebody what you think of them.
No, it's not resistance. A situation like that, I would not feel I was resisting. Now, I would think twice if that was really going to bother my mate. Because I have been in a situation where if I did that, my mate is like, don't do that. You know, because then they're going to be upset or they're going to be embarrassed. And so I would hold back in that case. And I would be, you know, resisting, but I would do it for them. I have done it many times for them. Yeah. But detached mind, that's going to be the best thing that you can teach many of your clients. They're going to come to you with all sorts of problems that require detached mind. And so if you give them a mudra and simply say, when you do this, you will hesitate in your reaction. You will decide, instead of immediately reacting, you will decide what is best for me in regard to my reaction. And so they feel like you've given them something, you've programmed something into their mind. And so I do that a lot, especially with detached mind. If there's anything that I think I probably leave people with, it's this. It's a little bit of Zen that is very, very powerful. And I know that sometimes when things have really been a strain, I mean, the people close to me, they'll look and see if I'm doing that. Because they know that I program myself to be very effectively stop and think twice before I spoke. I'm an Aries. I sometimes speak way too fast. And so it's worked for me. So anything in that, I just wanted to kind of refresh the main ideas. There's 4 main ideas on the Bodhisattva. Now, those are 4 things that you can give to your client as a way to attain peace of mind. To stop the pain and attain peace of mind. And I'll go over that in a few minutes in more detail so that you really have that down, because that's part of the counseling phase. And you, if you're doing a good job, I think you're going to be counseling all the time with every session. So, those 4 traits, Bodhisattva traits, are really valuable.
5-minute warning.
5-minute warning. Oh, how did it get to be there? I thought I had another hour. Oh, we'll make it another hour. No, we won't.
No, we won't.
No.
Why?
You're gonna get it all?
You're in the comfortable chair, that's fine.
Yeah, you really can just keep going.
But you know, I all told you I was bringing it, so you could have thought, get a lawn chair, bring a lawn chair.
Just feel the envy in the room, sliding over the
There's
city.
arrows at me.
What is.
What is she's got the first most comfortable chair, but I've got the second. This is really a comfortable chair. I seldom get to do a seminar on a chair this nice, and I am grateful. I had one the other day in Sedona, and it's a little tiny, hard, that big around stool. My ass just was dying on that chair. And Bliss kept laughing at me because she knew what was going on, and she's saying,
What about your back?
my back was okay. My butt really got sick of that chair. And I was wearing cowboy boots because I was in Arizona doing a seminar. It was uncomfortable. Anyway, anything you'd like to talk about? We'll do this in the morning, and then tomorrow we need to start on spirit contact work, and so we'll be working on that a lot tomorrow. I'll demonstrate a couple sessions, and then I want to get you with a microphone to start doing some of that work, to give everyone a chance to work in front of other people with a microphone and counseling and taking people down and solving all their problems in life.
This is tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, yes, we're moving fast. We're moving fast, babe. No, by Friday. Oh my gosh, you'll be able to levitate people by Friday.
I feel like they're levitating.
Questions or comments or
Yeah.
whatever, Cindy?
A couple questions. One goes back to what Kathleen was talking about with this young client that she has that's coming. And, you know, taping the individual without the parent present.
Right.
So who really would you give that tape to? This child, or do you, because you said to the parent it's tape, so does the parent have the right to that tape? I mean, I'm assuming maybe because they're underage, but just where would it go, you know, in terms
the
of the
parent.
privacy of the child?
Well, I would talk it over and I would, depending on what came out,
I would tell the child, I think this would be really probably good for your mom and dad to know. And is it okay? And I would try to convince the child that it was okay. But the parent brought him in, the parent's caring for him, the parent is a guardian. So the parent has a right, I would feel, probably to that tape.
Yeah, well, the child might wonder what's gonna happen. I mean, they know the whole relationship issue, you know, like you had that client that the woman, you know, that always gets in her face and does everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's an issue that would come back around to that child too.
Mhm.
So, I was just.
Yeah,
wondering
that
what your thought was
could
on
be, it could be touchy.
So,
What do you think, Kathleen? What do you?
I can see that it would be touchy. Maybe you just tell the child that this is going, before it even starts, that this is going to be recorded and we're all just trying to help each other.
Yeah. Yeah. It might make the child a bit self-conscious,
Yeah.
cause him to hold back.
which is why you didn't have the parent in there.
Yeah, which is why you didn't have the parent, and I'm supposed to be safe, you simply don't tape it.
Well, let's say you talk to the parent maybe and say, we're recording this, but in the process, it may mean we have to hold the tape back from you for a little while until we make progress.
Yeah, that might work too.
Or tape it if you ever need it just for concern of what's going on, if that flares up.
Well, when I know that, yeah, and if I have any concern with a client or any weirdness, I've got tape rolling, digital recording rolling, and then Jace just dumps it into a file that he has in the main computer. Because if you've got people that are freaking out or entities are attacking them and on, you don't know what's going to happen in that room. And I want every moment recorded.
You could you just say you do it as a matter of routine, and then if they insist on having a copy of it, or?
I suppose. I think I'd be honest and direct in the beginning.
Right.
And it'll save a lot of stuff later.
Yeah, what if they talk to somebody else?
Yeah, all issues are not clear cut. Yeah.
I've got to tell you this if I may.